You a practicing attorney?
No, I'm not. No, I'm not. But I've done better than most attorneys. I've never lost a case.
Good for you.
But what happened is, this happened about 25 years ago. A young man had approached me, an acquaintance, and he says, "Don't you feel something's wrong in society?"
Yeah, smart
and,
kid.
I didn't quite understand what he was getting at, but I dwelled on that. I like puzzles. He never explained what he was talking about, and my mind just went there. And then I started tearing the entire economy apart, the laws of the land apart, and I realized, my God, every aspect of our life, all our lives, is regulated. We can do nothing without permission in this society. And that got me into a different bent on researching a certain type of law, administrative law. And it's crucial to understand that the entire government of the United States and of every state is in that fourth branch of government known as administrative law. It regulates our every aspect.
Administrative law. Define that a little further for me.
Administrative law, unlike your constitutional laws, constitutions are created with three branches of government. They're known as decentralized. And what we mean by that is that the judicial is separate from the legislative or the Congress, which is separated from the executive. That's called decentralized. They have each enumerated powers. Their powers do not replicate each of the other branches. In administrative law, it's agency law, and they have centralized powers. They could be hosted by one man, a group of men or women, and the legislature, the judicial, and the executive all form under the power of one local governing power. They essentially are mini governments. DMV, Contractors Board, License Board, FCC, all administrative mini governments. So if you break the law on those things, you are in violation of the law.
There are many governments all over the place. There are many governments in your hometown, folks. City agencies, right?
That's it.
That have laws. They're all mini governments.
And if you look in your government codes of your states or your political codes, you'll see that every office, even in the federal government, including the office of the president and including the president, is now considered an agency of many governments. That's how they're defined.
Wow.
In other words, we don't have a constitutional presidency anymore. It's actually defined in the U.S. Code that the office of the president is an agency. The courts are agencies.
Okay. So somebody was joking the other day that Bryce, the titular CEO of it, he's a president by what? What word would you put in there? Obama is a president by virtue of what?
Well, I would go deeper in understanding the nature and character of GMC and all these corporate aspects involved there. They are metaphysical constructions of the federal government and the state government. The federal government basically has assumed all powers in the state. So all these artificial creatures are basically owned outright by the federal government. And we know that to be true because we have now in our society economic control. And that's what's been opted into since 1933, where the government actually plays an active role in orchestrating the economy